Hello, happy Kwanzaa. If you're watching this video, you are going to be making a Kwanzaa mat. And for this project, you are going to need the following materials. You are going to need 3 pieces of paper, and they need to be black, red, and green. These are the colors of Kwanzaa. Also a scissors, a white crayon. A ruler is helpful, not necessary, but it helps you out, and some glue. All right, so grab those things and we will get started. All right, so Kwanzaa is a holiday that began in the United States. It's an African-American holiday. It started in 1966. And it's a celebration of unity and different values of the African-American culture. So during this holiday, there is a decorating of the table, and a mat is put down, and it's usually a woven mat. So today we're gonna weave some paper. And on the mat are different objects, such as a candle holder, and that's called the kinara, and it represents the 7 days of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa starts on December 26th, and it goes until January 1st, and each day is a celebration of a different value. Also on the mkeka, there might be some fruits and vegetables that represent harvest time, and also the children in the family. So all of that is put on a different table to remember those different things. So today we are going to make the decorative mat, which is the mkeka. Can you say that? Mkeka. And we're going to weave that with those Kwanzaa colors. So let's grab our black piece of paper to start. And we're going to take our black piece of paper and we're going to fold it in half the long way. Okay, just like that. I'm going to put the fold on the bottom. So the open part is at the top. Then I'm going to grab my white crayon and I'm going to grab my ruler. If you don't have a ruler, you might just have to eyeball this. But I'm going to take my ruler and put it down here right on the fold at the bottom. Mine is about 9 inches long. So I'm just going to put a little line at each inch. Whoop. Like so. All right. So I have some little lines there. And now I'm going to cut at those lines. If you wanted to, if it's easier for you, you could, at those lines, draw a line up. Actually, maybe we'll do that. So we're gonna draw a line up, but not all, we're gonna leave a little space at the end, okay? So don't draw your line all the way to the end. Because then you won't be able to weave. That would be difficult. So leave that at the end. So when I'm drawing these lines, I'm trying to make them all about the same. If you don't have a ruler, again, you can just kind of eyeball your lines. Okay, now that I got my lines, I'm going to cut right on my lines. Remember, when you cut, thumb up. And I'm going to cut both pieces of paper right on that fold. If you do this the wrong way, you're not going to get this. This is the loom that we're going to weave on, so it won't work out. So make sure that you're cutting on the fold, and the fold is at the bottom. Now these lines, I don't really want to see these, so this will probably be the back of my mat once I'm all finished. Okay, once I have all my lines cut, I'm just going to open it up so you can see what it looks like. There we go, see? Got those lines just like that. All right, so now I'm gonna just put this off to the side, and I'm gonna grab my other two pieces of paper, which are my red and my green, and I'm gonna put them right on top of each other. And we're gonna draw this, we're gonna do the same thing that we did to the black paper. So I'm gonna grab my ruler again, but this time I'm gonna have it going the long way. I'm not folding this. This is all open, and mine is 11 this time. So I'm gonna put another little line by each inch, each number. And it, again, you could just eyeball this if you wanted. And once I have those little lines, maybe it's kind of hard for you to see right now, I'm gonna draw the line, this time all the way to the top. These are going to be the strips that we're going to weave with. And I just did that so hard, I broke my crayon in half. All right. Now, when I do this, I like to cut both pieces of paper at the same time because then it saves time. You could do this on each of your papers if that's tricky for you and you want to draw lines on both your red and your green, you can do that. So I could do this again on the red paper, but because I'm going to try to save some time, I'm gonna hold both of mine together. My red is underneath, and I'm gonna cut, I gotta hold it tight so that it doesn't move, and I'm gonna cut, that one's a little bit smaller, so I'm not gonna use that one. We're not gonna use all these strips anyway, so that one I can put aside. I'm gonna cut both of them at the same time, and now I'm getting all of these strips of green and red paper. All right. The next step is to begin the weaving. One last one here. And whoop. We're gonna be patterning it. So I'm gonna sort here and put my greens together and my reds together. Okay, whoop, that doesn't belong there. Okay. I probably won't need to use all of these anyway, so maybe just do one more of each and then put these other ones off to the side. All right, I've got my red and I've got my green strips, and I might just flip these over so that we don't see that white line. And now I'm gonna grab my loom that I made, my black paper. Okay, for weaving, you're gonna start with one of your strips. So I'm gonna start with my red, and I'm going to take my red strip and I'm gonna start this bottom one here. I'm gonna go over it, then I'm gonna go under the next one, over the next one, then under. You kind of have to move these looms up and down, but don't do it too hard that you're gonna rip it. Then over, under, all the way till it's like that. And now it looks kind of checkered, doesn't it? Because we can only see the red on parts of it because some of it is under the loom. All right, and now we are gonna grab our green to do our next strip. So on the last one, we started on top of the first part of the loom. Now we're gonna start under, so we're gonna do the opposite. So we're gonna go under, over, under, over, under, over. So like, see how I have to kind of move the loom a little bit? Under, over, just do the opposite so that it looks like this. See, so it's gonna look like a checkerboard. So now I'm gonna get red again. This one I started over and the next one was under, so this one's gonna be over again. The red is always gonna start over the loom and then over, under. If you're moving these up, these looms up, sometimes you have to go under and kind of move it with your finger. Just be very gentle. Sometimes your other pieces of paper that are in the loom can move. So you might have to fix those up if that happens. All right, I'm gonna keep doing this all the way until the end. All right, so I'm gonna keep patterning and doing over and under and alternating the way I'm doing it so that the reds are all going the same way, starting over, and the greens are all going the same way, starting under the mat. All right, I'm gonna keep working on it. Okay, I'm almost done. I just wanted to show you a couple tips here. Okay, first of all, you want to slide all of these down as far as you can each time so that you can get as many in as you can, and they're all nice and tight next to each other. All right, I think I can fit one. I might be able to fit two more, but maybe only one more. Okay, so I first want to show you what it looks like if you don't do it the correct way. Like this one started over. If I do the same thing on this next one, look what happens. See this? Oh, I'll do one more so you can really see the whole thing. And then you can know if you did it the wrong way what it looks like. It won't look right. See how that doesn't look right? Because they're both the same, right? They're like just right next to each other. So if that happens, then you'll know, oh, I didn't start it the right way. So I need to fix that up. As you get to the end, it gets a little bit trickier because you have less space to move your loom around. So you just have to be careful and gentle because it is paper and the loom can rip easily. If it does rip, just get some tape and tape it and it should be good. Now, I don't know if I have enough room to fit one more. What you could do is if you really wanted another one, like maybe I do because I started with red and I want one more, I could just I could do a little tiny snip in here on each one so that I can fit one more in there. Or you can space them out a little bit and not have them quite as tight so that they all fit. I'm gonna do a little snippy snip here and add one more red. And the red starts on top. All right, once you're done with that, if you have paper that's longer, now my paper is all staying right in here, but sometimes your paper might hang off the end a little bit. If that is happening to you, you can grab a scissors and just trim up the bottom and the top so that it's not hanging off the end. I'm getting to the bottom here. If you have to flip it over, you can even do that. I might have to do that for this last one. Okay, there we go. All right, I don't have anything off the edge, so I don't have to snip anything off the edge. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna glue all the edges down. So I'm gonna grab my glue and all these little edges, I'm just gonna glue down, okay? So I have to do that with the reds, which are all on this side, and then I have to flip it over, and I need to do that with the greens that are on the other side. See, the greens are on the other side. So I'm gonna work on gluing the ends on both sides right now. All right, and there's my finished mat. And now these strips aren't going anywhere because I glued them all down on both sides. It looks really cool, doesn't it? Now, if you have a little black on the side and you want to add some words, you can. Maybe I'll write Happy Kwanzaa, but you don't have to. When you are finished making your mkeka, please post it to Seesaw so that I can see. All right. Happy Kwanzaa. I can't wait to see. Have fun.